Ask Sean, where we answer honest-to-God questions from honest-to-God people. Are you ready? Anna in Oshawa, Ontario wants to know, how does SPF work? Well, Anna, SPF is the New York Stock Exchange ticker symbol for the Standard Pacific Corporation, which closed at 3.41 for a 6.56% gain. SPF works like any other stock traded on the stock market. It is controlled by Duncan Odysseus William Jones, Dow to his friends. SPF is so popular of a stock that the sunscreen companies put a reminder to buy it on their bottles, along with a suggestion of how much to buy. Andrew in St. John, New Brunswick wonders, why is it called Chinese food when no Chinese will eat it? Andrew, your question is based on an assumption. In order to test the validity of your assumption, we need to subject your assumption to a highly rigorous, scientific, and controlled experiment.
Pardon me, sir. Would you care for some Chinese food? Sir, would you care for some Chinese food? Sir, would you care for some Chinese food? No, thank you. Would you care for some Chinese food?
As you've just seen, it is true that no Chinese people will eat Chinese food. As for why it's called Chinese food, many Chinese food dishes include items that are a whole bunch of little things. Grains of rice, noodles, even the meat is served cut up to increase the quantity of pieces. This is representative of the country of China and the vast number of people who live there. Lindsay in Bloomington, Indiana writes in, how do you know when it's time to kick your significant other to the curb? Oh, Lindsay, your question touches on a very sensitive and highly subjective issue. In the interest of keeping you as informed as possible on this very sensitive and highly subjective issue, we took your question to the streets.
How do you know when it's time to kick your significant other to the curb?
Oh, God.
That's a way to put it.
When either they don't call you, or they come home after like 1 a.m., or you see them with someone else.
When they mistreat you and bicker at you and constantly knock you down a peg in front of friends and family.
When 4 police officers, 2 EMS, and a crisis counselor show up at your front door, then it's time to kick them to the curb.
Like with someone else.
Oh, in theory, I mean, hypothetically speaking.
Your sex is so dry and like you haven't got laid for like 3 years.
Making out.
Making out, right.
That's always bad.
That's a good sign to know that it's time to move on, I would think.
So there you have it. In the absence of respect, sexual passion, or the presence of the police, it's time to send your loser packing. Danny in Auckland, New Zealand asks, the phrase keeping it real, where does it come from? What does it mean? Oh, Danny, where it's from? That's easy. It's right here. It's from the heart. Because to keep it real is to be true, right, and just. It's to express your authentic self. It's to do what you feel and let it all hang out, like this. Do you want to ask Sean? Write to this address on your screen. Good night.